Once again, I thank all the devotees. It's not in my, I'm not qualified to preach or whatever, but it was ordered to me by Satkita Prabhuji, so I'm just at his service. Yes. If you have any questions, comments, you can stop me anytime and you can put your hands up just to ask. All right. So before we start, I would like to recite the auspicious Mangalachan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilidam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthavidam Yena Bhudale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadadi Swapadandigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunadanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadudam Parijana Sahidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lilita Shri Vishakhan Vidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanda Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Pranamami Hari Priye Ancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swaminidhi Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimade Loganatha Swaminidhi Namine Ananda Kodi Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are going to go through some bits about dharma. Am I audible, Prabhuji? Satkiti Prabhuji, am I audible?
Yes, Mataji, you're audible here.
Yes. So I know that those who are assembled here, they are all either initiated devotees or they are into devotional service already since many years. So what we're going to go through today is very familiar. Maybe it's like it's a very well-known topic or subject matter. So it's nothing new. So I would expect more discussion from you or more points from your side, rather. So dharma, yes, we all know that dharma is something that, or that which very much helps in the sustenance of existence. That is dharma. Now we are going to see bits of it. We will start with Srimad Bhagavatam about what is the other side of dharma. What Srimad Bhagavatam talks about the flip side of dharma. So the sloka is like this: Dharma protita kaidavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tabatrayo nulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim va parairishwarah sadyo hridyavarudhyadetra krithibi shushubhi takshanat. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, from the very beginning, it is rejecting, is completely rejecting all other activities, may it be the so-called, the morals of this world, the moralic principles, or let's say the logics, or let's say any other dharma which we keep very high in our lives. So Srimad Bhagavatam is very plainly and very clearly from the very first door is completely rejecting all religious activities, which is materially motivated. Of course, it has very details here about the adjectives to what kind of dharma it's rejecting. But it is talking in the second line about the Vedyam. Let us learn that Vastavam Vastu. What is the reality actually? What is the real dharma? So among the Vastavam, among the reality of dharma, we are going to touch base with the first dharma, the first Vastavam of this entire reality. So the first Vastavam is, I am not this body, I am soul. So how many of us knows this? Please raise your hands. How many of us know this fact? So it's almost everyone knows this fact that I am spirit soul. So is this the Vastavam? It is actually not the Vastavam. It has a different Vastavam for this. Yes, our dear Krishna, he says, Dehi nityam avadhyoyam de sarvasya bharata tasmat sarvani bhudani natvam shojitam. Oh Arjuna, he is dwelling in your body, and that is you, and that is the eternal spirit soul. But Srimad Bhagavatam says, what is the Vedyam Vastavam? What is the reality? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Krishna came as the most merciful incarnation, can't say incarnation because he saw him Krishna. So when Krishna came with his mercy manifested to its most, what he said, he did not say that, oh, you are Dehi Nityam Avadhyoyam. He says very clearly and open. I know that it's very harsh. He says, Jivera Swarupahaya Krishnera Nityadas. So here I would request all of you to have a canvas in your minds so that we need to draw a picture. So the particularity for this canvas in our mind is this has some sound effect also, like or some indicative meanings. Like when we say indicative meaning, when we say the school bell rang, the literal meaning is the school bell rang. That means there's a sound. But what is the indicative meaning? The indicative meaning is that means the school is finished. Now I can go home, right? So similarly, the canvas in our mind has that specialty. Whenever we will remember certain thing, it gives us some inference, some meanings. So I would request all of you to have a canvas ready in our minds from here. Yeah. So we had to draw some pictures in between. So here is our first beginning of our outline. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our dear Krishna, he says, Jivera Sarupahaya. So Krishna said we are the spirit soul, the minute particle. But here we have to draw it, we have to elaborate it a little bit. What is that? We are standing there not as a small particle. What are we standing there as? Krishnera Nityadas. This is a very deep jump. Krishnera Nityadas. We are not there standing there alone, first of all. We are Krishnera. We are Krishnas. And what is our position? We are a being. We are not just a soul spark, a light there. What are we? We have a person. We are a person there. And what is our meaning when we add meaning to that canvas? Nityadas. We are in a position of serving somebody. We are in an activity. And what is that activity? We are engaged in some activity. It's called Dasa. It is still no details given, but it is we can see there is some lights around that personality standing there. So we are no more that light. We are no more that some kana there. We have a swarupa. We have a form there. We have a picture now. Krishnera Nityadas. So interesting. Now Srila Prabhupada says, Srila Prabhupada Vaja, but as soon as one comes to know one's real position. See, here he is talking about, he is not telling as soon as comes to know you're a soul. Krishna Prabhupada says, as soon as one comes to know his real position. What is a real position? As transcendental servant. He at once become free from miseries. So we can see that this is very well Prabhupada is referring to what is Tapatrayo Unmulanam. And why, say if in Sanskrit, when we translate into English, actually we have to go from back to front. So when the miseries will be gone, when we realize ourselves, not as soul, but as understanding the real position, that is, I am the servant. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur clarifies it more. What he says, Jiva Krishna Dasa Ye Vishwas Koreleto Ar Dukha Nash. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he is actually translating this second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tabatrayohonmulanam. So the threefold miseries which will be gone again. That's not the highlight. The highlight is Jiva Krishna Dasa Ye Vishwas. Have the faith, have this understanding, Shraddha. About what? Jiva Krishna Das. Not that Jiva is just a fraction of light there. Jiva Krishna Das. This is a Vishwas. This is understanding we need to have. And that is one of the first dharma. That is one of the first vastavam vastu, which is going to bring Shivadam, auspiciousness, and Tabatrayo Unmulanam. Because these days we discuss so much about the Tapatraya, so much difficulties we have. it is not only just the disease. The more than the disease, it has also hands and legs about psychological impact, social impact, economical impact, so many other tapa, so many other difficulties. So Srimad Bhagavatam says you will have all auspiciousness, have this line of Vastavam, Vastu. So if you are this Vastavam, Vastu, what is our next line of Dharma? Srila Sudha Goswami answers to the questions of the sages of Naimisharanya. So the Goswami says, Savai pumsam paro dharmo yado bhakti rathokshaje ahe dugi apratihadaya atma suprasidati. In one sense, sometimes we can say Srimad Bhagavatam is repeating. It's like the rest of the slokas are like purports for the beginning slokas. So this is the first answer Sudha Goswami gives to the questions of the sages of Naimisharanya. So the question was, can you please summarize or tell what is best for the people in general, or tell us the essence, what is the essence of all Vedic literatures for all these fallen people so that they can easily understand and get benefited. So Savai Pumsam Paro Dharma, the Dharma is to have Yado Bhaktir, to have Bhakti of the Adhokshaja. So here he's again touch basing with the Dharma, which is Ahetuki and Apratihada and Ye Atma Suprasidati. This is Atma Suprasidati. This gives pleasure. This is about the devotion, which is another Dharma, which is another aspect of the Vastavam Vastu. So the first aspect, what we are discussing, we still did not finish, but we are just saying what is the we can say corollaries for this, the first Vastavam, which is Jiver Swarupahai Krishnera Nityadas. So it is what we are talking is about if we are Nityadas and we have to have this Avataridesh Mellows, how we can have or Suprasidade, which is the other meaning of the same thing. It is Bhaktir. So in this connection of Dharma, Srila Prabhupada writes here, so the relation is, so here we are all talking about now the second aspect of Dharma is the relation with Krishna, which is, what is the relation? The relation is servant and the served. But being honest, I'm just being honest. When I'm new to Krishna consciousness, when somebody will say servant, for me it's very difficult to digest that word, to be servant. Because of my material situation, because whatever, here actually Prabhupada writes very much, it is completely distinct from our experience in material existence. But whenever we see servant, we immediately connect it with our experience in material existence. So to be a servant in material existence, it is not well glorified position, or it is not well, attractive or happy or enjoying position to be a servant. So it is natural for me because of my conditional existence. Because when we say conditional existence, it immediately gives me that I have all the deficiencies. Yeah. So it is apt for me, or it is natural for me when someone's called me a servant. Who are you? Oh, I'm servant of Krishna. I'm not so confident and happy to say that. Why? Because I relate it to material existence. Because nobody is happy to be a servant. But Prabhupada says in plain words, it is transcendental and it's completely distinct. So we are going to see a little bit details about how to understand this servant, how it is completely distinct. Can we have more reviews on this? Yeah. So Prabhupada says in spiritual world, the complete intimacy is possible when you are in, which gives complete intimacy, the most natural, without any artificiality, without any gap in the relation. The perfect connection is being servant and served. So how can I heartfully, happily take to this servant position? What can remove that pain in my heart to be called a servant and it's a happy thing? Yeah. So let's see what Acharya says about it. So Acharya says, gives more details, of course, very much in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, we can see very much details about all these points. So here, Dasyam, Jivera Swarupa hai Krishnera Nityadas. This Dasyam, Krishnera Nityadas or Radha Dasyam is explained here. And what is that explanation? Mora Abhilash Vilas kunje diyos Nayane heribo sada Jugala rupa rasi E nivedana dharo Saghiranu gada karo Sevadhikara diye koroni jadasi. So every day, or at least sometimes, or more frequently, we sing these prayers from the very beginning of Krishna consciousness. What does it mean? Moroy Abhilash. So this Abhilash comes actually when we already into the stage of Krishna and Nityadas. We already have a realization. Then we have this Abhilash. And what is that Abhilash? Vilas Kunji Diyovas. We are aspiring to be a servant of Krishna in the Nikunja Leela of Krishna. So now we have to go back to our canvas of our mind again. So we were raising that we are not more, we have evolved from the light, the small spark. Then we were into Krishna Das. And now what is that picture? We need to modify it a little bit. What is that? We are there in Nikunja. So we need to have a Nikunja there. And there, who is there? The Yugala Kishore. Who is the Yugala Kishore? Kishore and Kishori. Yeah? The little Krishna along with Srimati Radharani is there in the Nikunj. And there is Vilas. There's a lot of pastimes going on. Krishna Radharani is swinging on the swing with all the gopis around and all the manjaris in assisting. And we are there, and that is where our Abhilash, and that is the Nityadas we are praying for. So here we have to elaborate our canvas a little bit. We have to draw a little bit that we are in the Nikunja. We are in the Nikunja, engaged in the service of gopis and manjaris. And where we are in the Nikunjas. And so this is like when we say that, okay, from the day one, even Prabhujis are going to sing, I want to be a Dasi. They're not going to say, I want to be a Das. So it's from the very beginning of the day, even though we don't understand the meaning that we are not the body, we are spirit, soul, we do not realize it yet, or we do not evolve with us, Krishna Das, or we do not evolve it further as Vilas Kunja Diyo was. Yet we are singing these prayers, saying that, oh, make me a Dasi in the Nikunja. So this is the next level of this Vastavam. This is the next level of that Vastavam Vastu. Shivadam Tavat Trayon Mulanam. That I want to be a Dasi of gopis and manjaris in the Nikunja of Vrindavan. So Acharyas teach here that this Dasyam is actually in spiritual world, because we know that material world is like a perverted. Prabhupada says it is not just a reflection of the spiritual world, but it is perverted. It is urdha moolam adha shakham ashwadham prahuravayam. So it is urdha moolam, it's inverted. It is totally opposite. So here it's servant, it is so menial and so disgusting, but in spiritual world, that is a topmost position. That is an adhikar. It is not just something unwanted thing. Yeah. Here in material world, nobody want to be a servant. Nobody would like to be a menial servant, because it's like the last thing ever you can be in, or you can imagine yourself, or to be a menial servant. It's almost like a condemned position, yeah, rejected position. But in spiritual world, it's the most wanted position. It's like a topmost position. No, it's not like, it is the topmost position. And we are longing for that. Yeah. Seva adhikara diye koro nijadasi. It is not telling, please give me, or please bless me to be a devotee. This prayer is not telling, please bless me to be a devotee. This prayer is telling, make me. Koro nijadasi. It's very important, this term koro. Yeah. If this prayer is not asking, please bless me so that I will become a devotee. No. This prayer is telling, please make me by somehow, by force, or but any means, make me your Dasi. So it's very, very heavy prayer actually. So this is a Prabhupada's mercy actually in other temples of other Gaudiya Mathas before Prabhupada. This is not a daily prayer to Tulsi Maharani. There used to be another Tulsi Pranam. Prabhupada is actually he introduced this as daily prayers into the devotees, because he knows that this is target. I mean, like he was very clear and direct. We thank Srila Prabhupada for that. So, so evolving from there, as we say, this Nikunja, to be a servant in the Nikunjas as the topmost. So as being the Rupanugas, we are all called ourselves as Rupanugas. And this is the same line of Jivera Swarupa established by Srila Rupa Goswami. And Srila Rupa Goswami's position is given here, yeah, or all Shad Goswamis. What does it say in the Shishashtakam? Not Shishashtakam. This is the Ashtakam for Shad Goswamis. It says, He Radhe Vraja Devi Ke Chalalite, He Nanda Suno Kudaha, Shri Govardhana Kalpa Pada Patale, Kalindi Vane Kudaha, Ghoshanda Vidhi Sarvado Vrajapure, Ghedair Mahavihvalau, Vande Rupa Sanatanau Rakhuyugau, Sri Jiva Gopalakau. So, Srila Rupa Goswami or Shad Goswamis, or whom we are claiming to be or aspiring to be, the Anugas, the Rupanugas. And what is the attitude? They are clarifying what should be the attitude of this Jivera Swarupa, Haya Krishnera Nityadas. When we say, I'm Krishnera Nityadas, or I would like to be the Dasi in Nikunja. So when we are here with the sadhana, it's not that, oh, now I'm great devotee, I have the realization, or I have the understanding, or I know the facts, the vastavam, the dharma. But what's the attitude of that? We'll go back to the canvas. So I was still in the canvas, there's also sound. Like when we say mango, immediately the flavor of the mango, the best of the mango we tasted, the taste also we can feel. The flavor we can smell. So this is a peculiarity of the picture in the mind. It's not just two-dimensional. It has other dimensions, some fifth dimensions. It can give us a smell. It can give us a taste. It can even create salivation, or maybe the stomach can rumble, oh, I need mango, I need mango. It can have various effects. Now, what is the effect of now this picture? It's going to be multidimensional. What is that bhav? It is longing. The face of this Krishna and Nityada standing there, it is a longing. It is a longing desire, very strong. He Radhe Vrajadevi Ke Jalalite, He Nanda Suno Kudaha. Where are you, Krishna? Where are you, Srimati Radhe? Oh, Lilite. Oh, Vishakha. So it's in separation. Exactly. We are all in separation. We know for the fact that we are in sadhaka stage. We do not have taste for Harinam. We're not able to chant properly. We're very disturbed over and above so many other social problems, health problems. So this is like theory. Yeah. This is like at the other end of the ocean or something like that. It's far reality. But yes, it's far reality for, at least for me. I'm not in a stage that, oh, I'm longing for Srimati Radharani, or I'm longing for the association of Lilita and Vishakha, or I'm longing for the association of Krishna, or I'm longing to be in Vrindavan, or I'm longing to be on the shore of Kalindi, or I am in Mahavikula. No, this is very strange for me. I mean, like I don't feel this. But known this, yes, I'm not in that stage, but known this is like gold standard. You know, sometimes we know the standard and we know where we are, the reality and the expectation, the aim to reach. It is not that we had to make over, we had to put up a show that I am at this stage. No. So till we reach that stage, we can always aspire. The aspiration. So like Prabhupada has given this Tulsi prayer to be sung daily. So one day Prabhupada knows that we are going to dip into the meaning of this prayer. May not be the first day, second day, first month, second. One day, Prabhupada is sure that we are going to look to the details. When we look into the meaning of the prayer, what happens? We gradually or slowly we will also have the desire. I want to be in the Nikunja. I wish to be having that feeling. Or at least we'll think, why I do not have that feeling. Or I will have the thought, when I will have this feeling. At least I will feel guilty. Oh, I'm not able to have that feeling. So that is a great step forward in developing this attitude. Yeah. So that Krishna Swarupa, Krishnera Nityadas, that Swarupa will evolve or will add more fragrance to it. So that picture, I wish, because these mental pictures will help us in Smaranam. Because Krishna also emphasized, Anda Kalecha Mam Eva Smaran. Krishna did not say you here at the end. He emphasized on Smaranam. So making this picture in the mind will help us in Smaranam. It will enhance. So if we want to be in this stage of, okay, or at least aspiring, we should have to feel hopeless and helpless in this world. If we are not going to feel hopeless and helpless, we will never hit there. It doesn't mean that you have to be pessimistic, you have to feel depressed and you have to see darkness all around. Actually, Rupa Goswami gives us hints how to feel constructively and progressively feel hopeless. Yeah. It was very exciting for me to hear this. When I heard, usually hopeless and helpless means, you feel depressed, you feel dejected, you feel no end, you feel darkness in your mind, you have no new thoughts, you have no progress. But here is the Vaishnavas teaching us how to progressively feel, how to be yet progressive and yet feel hopeless. Yeah. So if you all look into the nectar of instruction, Upadeshamrita, it teaches us how to feel helpless and hopeless. Vajo vegam manacha krodha vegam dihva vegam udaro vasta vegam vedan vegan yo vishaheda dhira sarvam apima prithvim sa shishyat. It's very interesting. Actually, one who will try to follow this shloka will definitely feel hopeless and helpless. Because first thing is about Vajo Vegam. Try to control the urge to speak. It's all about urges. Urge to speak, urge of the mind, urge to get angry, urge to eat, urge of the stomach, urge of the upastha. So it's all about urges. One who is at least trying to do this will definitely feel helpless, that I'm not able to do this. I'm not able to do this. Yeah, I'm not able to control my anger. My mind is doing nonsense, or it is dreaming in this diagram. Suddenly, some pressure of thought comes. We don't know from where it sprang to our mind. Yeah, sometimes we speak unnecessarily, end up in arguments, end up in a fight with others, or you feel hurt in that conversation, or we feel suddenly somebody offered some food, we just jumped and ate, or stomach is eating, wanting to eat too much, or upasta vegam. We all have different urges. We may be suffering with different urges. I mean, may not be all with everybody with all urges, but we need to see this. We need to put this up. This is like a workout. Like, when you go to nowadays, so many health clinics, which will help give us a direction to work out. They will tell us eat only salad, don't eat rice, don't eat bread, and do 3 hours workouts in the gym, do exercise. Yeah. So similarly, here is a doctor, Dr. Srila Rupa Goswami, is telling us, giving us very clear, it is very crystal clear. Vajo Vega, we need to write this in our diary, and we have to daily work out this. This is our workout. Vajo Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jikha Vegam, Udarobasta Vegam. This all we need to work out to feel helpless and hopeless. Bhaktivinoda Thakur very much reminds us, we are in just avidya jal. We don't have to feel so proud. We are just in avidya jal. We are already in a network of ignorance. Yeah, so that we will understand what a helpless situation we are in. Okay. Again, nectar of instruction. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangascha lavlyam cha Shadbir Bhaktir Vinashyati. So this is the current position of that Jivera Suruva Krishnera Nityadas. Atyahara, we have seen some Vegam surges. Then we are seeing more qualities of our Satyahara, Prayasascha, Prajalpa, Niyamagraha, Dhyana we like worldly people, Laulyam. Okay. So this is our position. So understanding this position will help us. At least even though we are not in a helpless position externally or technically, this will help us really to understand actually we are in a helpless or hopeless position. But it also gives us some optimistic thoughts, how to be optimistic in that position. How utsaha, don't just get depressed, about hearing all this. Utsaha nishtaya dhairya tattat karma pravartanat sangatyago sado vritti shadbir bhaktir prasiddhiri. So how utsaha, have enthusiasm, have patience, have dradada, nishcheda, sthirada, and tattat karma pravartanat. Whatever devotional service you're performing, keep performing. One day we'll hit there. Yeah. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Keep doing our Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. So this is going to help our Krishnera Nityadas position. We don't have to think that, okay, if I am Krishnera Nityadas, this could be a Hindu thought, or this could be for somebody who is living in Bharat, or in India, in a very congenial atmosphere, where you can morning can go to temple, listen Bhagavatam, come back home, eat prasad, and read Bhagavatam and sleep. In a working atmosphere like this, where you're flying everywhere in your cars, or you're very much busy with your computers, this is not applicable. Yeah, sometimes we may have very much this understanding, but we need to know that we are in a very, very difficult position, and we are in a very helpless position. And this position is not different from Krishna's energy. Krishna says this, Maya tadamidam sarvam jagadavektamurtina mastani sarva bhudani najaham deshavastida. Don't worry whether you're in Abu Dhabi or in Dubai or in desert or in camp or in house or in some, you are on a machine or you are in a car. Doesn't matter. Why? Maya tadamidam sarvam. You are not separate from Krishna. There is not a spot in this earth which is disconnected from Krishna. If you're, let's say, you are sitting in a machine now, let's say, you are riding your whatever machinery, or you're operating a machine, or you are, let's say, you are in a very busy atmosphere. But remember, have this understanding that you are not separated from Krishna, even in that worst situation of forgetfulness. Why it's a worst? because we are completely forgetful and we are mentally agitated. Could be we are, with a completely opposite situation, but yet we are not completely disconnected from this situation. Yeah, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to Jiva Goswami that this is just to emphasize, what is the Bhagyavan position of the Jiva. Yeah, Brahmanda Brahmide Kona Bhagyavan Jeev. So whatever devotional service we are practicing, let's say Shravanam Kirtanam, this is a Bhagyavan position. Just I wanted to highlight that Bhagyavan. Yeah, this is definitely a fortune for us. So whatever position we are in, we are just continue so that Avashya Rakshibe Krishna will surely protect all of us in the successful execution of devotional service. So no matter in what position we are in, no matter in which stage of realization we are in, or no matter of we don't know anything, let's say, still we are not disconnected from Krishna, because Maya Tadam Idam Sarvam. Krishna is everywhere. Yeah. So let us have this hope and continue to have the enthusiasm and patience in executing whatever small little service each one of us is performing, so that Avashya Rakshibe Krishna, the Krishna will surely protect me and protect all of us, protect everyone in the success. Thank you very much. I would like to stop here. Please, for your comments.
Thank you, Palika Mataji. Very serious and enlightening. Keep it up.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Other devotees, if you have any doubts or any clarification needed, Mataji will provide.
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much for such a wonderful high-level class. I don't have any words to say that, because we have, explained that in the gradation wise, like starting from that Dharma Projita, from the Bhagavatam, then you took us to Shad Goswami Ashtagams, and it was really wonderful, and especially the meaning of Tulasi Arati, you explained it. We are doing that every day, but as you rightly said, we are just sometimes do mechanically, but the meaning is so deep. And my question is that, Mataji, now sometimes we feel that, when we hear about Shad Goswami, or when we read Chaitanya Charitamrita or some similar literatures, especially on the Goswamis, or those devotees who are, in that Gopi Bhav, so we feel that yes, maybe my actual Swarup will be a Gopi. Then when we hear about Gocharan Leela, the Krishna's pastimes with cowherd boys, when we feel that time, I'm talking about myself because of my immaturity. I sometimes feel, my mind is going like that. And when we hear about Navadvip pastimes, then that time I may feel like, it is whether we are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's eternal servants, or so how to I don't know whether we are doing a wrong thing, like it's kind of rasa bus is going on, I feel. So how can we get out of that, and to fix in something? And I don't know, because of immaturity, maybe I feel like that. Please kindly enlighten on that, Mataji, if you can, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very nice point, actually. Actually, what I hear from senior devotees is about, yes, see, as beginner of bhakti, when we hear that we have Swarupa, as a Mataji, maybe I would like to be a Gopi in Vrindavan, in the eternal Vrindavan. So what senior devotees, I also raised this question one time, then what senior devotees clarifies is, we don't have to assume anything that I am this or I am that. Actually, to the purport of, there's one shloka in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, like, Tesham Satada Yuktanam Bhajadam Pridipurvagam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Dam Yenamam Upayanditi. There, very interestingly, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives a purport for this, which I heard from one of the senior devotees. Prabhupada also refers the same thing in the purport. What is this Dadami Buddhi Yogam? So sometimes I also had this doubt, like, is it that after Priti Purvam you get Buddhi Yogam? No, actually, that Buddhi Yogam refers to the Siddha Rupa of the Jiva. So after we, Tesham Sadada Yuktanam, after we have executed the sadhana bhakti, when we are into Raganuga platform, the Yoga Maya will reveal to us, will give us, will offer, Dadami. It will offer us. It will, actually, Krishna himself, I mean, when we say Yoga Maya, it will offer us, Krishna will offer that blessing to us, Buddhi Yogam. It will reveal to me that what is actually my Swarupa. And actually, recently also I heard one class where Prabhu says at one stage of your sadhana bhakti, you will internally flip to what do you call it as Siddha practice, Siddha Deha practice. Means externally you will be still continuing as a sadhaka, but internally you will have a Siddha Deha. Yeah, because we can see that all the acharyas, if you look into the prayers of Narottam Das Thakur, let's say, in one bhajan he will say, I am void, sir, I have wasted my life in my, I do not remember Govinda, I do not chant. But in another prayer he will be telling, I am rendering service to Krishna. So we will see what is this flip. One side they are telling, I have wasted my life. In another prayer they are telling, I am offering to service to Krishna in Nikunja. So this is actually, they are in the Siddha Deha actually. They are already know they are the Manjaris. But yet they externally put up this sadhaka stage to teach us to see that this is a sadhaka stage which we are all in. But we will have, even that means to say, even in a sadhaka platform or in a sadhaka attire, you can have a Siddha stage, but it takes time. When you are in the Raganuga platform, you will have this offering from Krishna or this blessing or revealed by Yoga Maya, which is the meaning of this Dadami Buddhi Yogam Dam Yenamam Upayandite. So there Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains the meaning of this. Prabhupada write the same meaning in the Bhagavad Gita Dharu purport also. There it's clarified. So even it's okay when we read, we all have, Srila Prabhupada actually writes in Krishna book also, when we are reading any pastime, we are also actually participating in that pastime. We are part of that pastime, either as an observant, or you also have some feeling, like you also feel that you are playing with Krishna, or you have that feeling because you are participating there, which is a fact, which is also part of the Vastavam Vastu. It's a reality. But we don't assume that position. We don't take that, okay, I am Gopa or I am in this. We don't assume that. It's a feeling for us, or it's our due to our participation of that, due to the transcendental energy touch. But we don't assume that position. It will be automatically revealed when we are in the Raganuga, because that's evolving. The purport of sadhana state is to have bhava, to reach to sadhana state. I mean, to reach to the Raganuga platform. Yeah. So wherein Krishna himself assures in Bhagavad Gita, Tesham Sadada Yuktanam Bhajadam Pridipurvagam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Dam Yenamam Upayandite. So we are very much in line with that. So we are very much in the progressive stage. So only thing is we don't have to assume anything. I hope I attempted, but there are many senior devotees here who can clarify more on this.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much. And that canvas point was very nice, to meditate. But again, the thing is that, because of immaturity, we may assume something, and, that is one danger in that. But otherwise, it is a very nice thing to meditate upon when we chant or when we do something, some devotional service. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Chaitanya. Welcome back. Hari Bol.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ జీవేరు సూర్యపై కృష్ణ నిత్యదాస్ అన్నారు told na. Not only that, most of the items I feel everything information only, not transformation. So you understood na?
Yes.
Like information to transformation, what I can do further. Mainly this feel helpless and hopeless and helplessness na. In our office environment also you add including that.
Okay.
Hare.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It's a very nice question to highlight on. Okay, you had actually two aspects for your question. First one is about how to go from information to transformation, and then second aspect was about how to execute the hopelessness, yeah, in the office situation. So, okay. So first question I think is very much related to what Sarva Palika Prabhu was telling. Yes, there is information, and we have no transformation yet. So between the stage, information stage and our stage, there's a gap. And that gap can be filled only with sadhana bhakti. So he also mentioned there's a danger, like we should not assume or we should not put a makeup that, okay, till I do my sadhana and evolve, I will put up a face that I already reached my information stage. Now the information is, let's say I want to join back to Krishna in his service in Vrindavan. Okay, so sadhana stage is I am still in my conditioned life. Yeah, I still very much connected to my body and bodily relations and worldly emotions. I'm fully covered. Now I don't have to have a makeover. I don't have to assume that, oh, I am in. I already have the realization. So how to reach that stage is answer is Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. Yeah, that's why I was telling. We are reassured by the acharyas that our path is given by Rupa Goswami. Yeah, which is very much from all the disciplic succession up down up to whatever acharyas today. We are very much authorized. So, and we can see there are so many success. We can see all the successful devotees. So that gives us a reassurance that yes, but provided we should not keep that as information always. This is also for me. I should attempt. It is okay. Sometimes this writing in our mind that, okay, this is information and I have no transformation, we'll take that granted for ourselves, or it will stop us from trying. Like, sometimes in the devotees classes, they will say, see, pure devotees, they always stand. Pure devotees, they always see Krishna. So what is sometimes this information will transformed into my heart. Oh, I'm not pure devotee, so I don't always chant. I'm not pure devotee, so I don't feel the meaning of the prayers when I chant. So that will stop me from feeling, or that will stop me from trying that. I will tell myself, I'm not pure devotee, so this is not for me, or I'm not pure devotee, so I'm not going to chant always. But acharyas are very simple. Prabhupada said this, Krishna consciousness is simple for the simple and is complicated for the complicated. Like we can see that, if you read Prabhupada's Leelamrit, when Prabhupada was sick, when he went to the West and he was sick in the initial days when he had stroke, one of the doctor, he visited him and he became later initiated devotee. And he was telling there were few hippies in that room and their hairs were long and it was like dangling in front, but they all had one mala and they were walking right and left and they were chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. So see, they don't know Shloka, they don't know Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Vedas, whatever. But they all got very liberated platform. So we should not, I am talking about myself. I sometimes make it very complicated. I stop myself because this complication will stop me from trying. I will think this is when I am going to be in the Aganuga platform, that's the time I'm going to chant nicely. No, I am to chant nicely today, now. It is not today, tomorrow. If it is going to happen tomorrow, why not today? If it is today, why not now? Yeah. So I'm going to do it now so that I should attempt. It will help me to attempt so that that information I will try to slowly execute. We don't have to act like that, but we will execute slowly, whatever small bit, like maybe we can hear our chanting properly and things like that. So of course, that is for information to transformation. Then hopeless and helpless when we are in the office. So this is for, as I told Prabhuji, this is a workout formula. When you put it in practice, only you will experience helpless. So when you, let's say, what I would say is, this is this one shloka that which says, this is praktek shavagam dharmyam. This is like you have to experience yourself. Like Prabhupada says, when you're hungry, when you eat, you will feel that fullness. So similarly, when you try to do this vajo vegam, you will really see how much you struggle with yourself. How when you manaso krodha vegam, somebody irritated you, and you, at least in the mind, you want to scold them. And you will feel how much hopeless is my situation. So if you want to really feel, this will help us in this information to transformation. Why? Because at least we will feel hopeless. So we cannot transform we cannot transform if we do not feel hopeless. Otherwise, we will keep holding on things. Everything will be our soldiers here. Will depend on my job, my money, my family. This will all protect me. I'm comfortable. I'm okay. I have to just stand morning for whatever 16 rounds, then I'm devotee. We'll feel like that. No. The Vastavam is different. The Vastavam has details. So this is a details. And it is a first detail. And it's about hopelessness. But it is progressive. Don't worry. It will not, of course, it will put you down, maybe. So you need to have guidance. You need to closely associate with somebody who is doing this. Yeah. Because you need to work out. It is really a workout. Vajo vegam, manaso. At least your husband you want to shout, or at least your wife you want to shout to come back from office, and you want to transform all that your kids or in your family at least. So you will see how much you're struggling. Yeah. So it's a struggle. So it has to be pratyek shavagam dharmyam. You need to go through it. Otherwise, it will remain as an information for us. We need to take courage. We need to remove that sentence from our mind. Oh, this is for Rupa Goswami, or this is for Jiva Goswami. This is for sadhana. This is a book for sadhakas. This is what the senior devotee says. It is not for sannyasis. Some individuals have this understanding. Nectar of instruction is for sannyasis because it is for making shiksha. Because the last statement says you can make shiksha. It is not for making shikshas or disciples. This is the beginning of sadhana. Vajo vegam manasa krodha vegam jihva vegam udaro upastha vegam. It's a workout formula actually. We need to work it out. We need to put it somewhere where we frequently see this, and how can I put it in my life and work it out. Yeah. I hope I try to elaborate, Prabhuji. I did not dishearten you.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Any questions from any other devotees? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
It's really enlightening class, Mataji. Was class. And practical application also, how to manage everything. Very nicely, very elaborately, you have given nicely, Mataji. Thank you very much, Mataji, for your kind class.
Thank you, Padmamukhi Mataji, for the encouraging words.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. A small question from my side.
Sure, Prabhuji.
In this you told about servant and the served. We all know that we are serving the Supreme Lord, but normally in our day-to-day activities and life, and even Prabhupada has insisted so many times that we are dasana, 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 das. But this dasyam doesn't come so much easy to me. How can I imbibe that quality in myself, Mataji? Any point you can enlighten, clarify?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for the question. Yes, Dasyam, yes. Dasyam do not come to us because, first of all, as we said in the class, Dasyam is not very appealing to us because it's not materially, it is not a very comfortable position. If externally, if you're speaking externally, but internally, Dasyam is more important internally. Externally, maybe you are not in a position to do, or sometimes many individuals are not in a position to do menial service, or either because of their lifestyle or because of their job or whatever. But Dasyam, yes, externally we need to manifest it, but internally also we need to work it out. Now, the one aspect of Dasyam, what I heard from other devotees is humility, feeling humble. But again, feeling humble doesn't mean that sometimes feeling humble is translated as, you just, because at work and all, if you are so humble, people think you are just useless, or you are not to be smart or whatever. But feeling humble, if we will say Dasyam is just worthless, look at Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He was a Simha Guru. When he walks on the road, the Babajis used to hide or walk to the other side of the road because they could not walk in front of him. So Dasyam is not should be reflected as worthless or somebody who is meaningless, somebody who is useless. Dasyam is actually a very powerful position. If you look to our line of Acharya, they are all in the Dasya. We are in the Dasya Parambara. Look at Rupa Goswami. Look at least recent Acharya. Look at Prabhupada. He was a Das, but he converted the whole world. So that's the power of a Das. So first of all, we need to have positive understanding about what is Das. Das is not somebody useless or somebody who is, Radha Dasyam. Actually, we are talking about Radha Dasyam. Radha Dasyam is the highest position of the entire multiverses. We can't say universe in his place here because it's multiverses, because it includes the other Paravyoma. So Radha Dasyam is the highest position. So, and we can see that manifested in front of us. Like Srila Prabhupada used to be very, very humble. Also means very firm. He used to be very firm. Once somebody argue with him, he almost catch his collar. That he was giving them many philosophical understand. That person was not ready to accept. Finally, he catch his collar. So Dasyam doesn't mean that you're just worthless, meaningless, and you have no opinion, you have no voice, or you are just like that. No, Dasyam is not, because we always take the perverted meaning of Dasyam, because materially Dasyam, this is Dasyam. Dasyam means meaningless, worthless, useless, nobody will listen to you, or your opinion has no value, something like that. A position which is not happy or glorified. But here Dasyam here is transcendental Dasyam. Transcendental Dasyam start with menial service, but yeah, it start with the menial services here when we are in the sadhaka stage. Because even, yes, I think in the Gaudiya Math, when some ministers came and they had some question, Saraswati Thakur gave them some menial service first, wash the pots and like that. So of course it will help us in humility. Yes, it will help us to execute our humility or the ego thing. But I don't think you are talking about that kind of ego. Yes, but we need to have a positive understanding about Dasyam. But of course, that understanding should not make us proud. Oh, I am big devotee, I am in the Radha Dasya, platform. But yet, why it has to make us feel humble is that's my Swarupa, but I am in a hopeless situation now. Look at me. I am dealing with, look at my body. It's just producing stool and urine. So nasty things. I am dealing with all the nasty things around. I'm always forgetting Krishna. I'm never remembering Krishna. Even while chanting, I cannot remember Krishna. In what form I have to remember? As Damodar, as Krishna? What is this? It doesn't gives me any fixed idea. So that situation, that reality should help me to feel pity for myself. So that, yes, it will help me to be humble. But Dasyam is a profound situation. Dasyam is not ordinary. This is longing. Say Shiva is longing for that. Brahma is longing for it. Yeah. When you go to Brajamandal, we can see even Mahadev is there. Brahma is there. And Lakshmi is there. On the other side of Yamuna, Lakshmi is not in a very opulent situation there. She's not in a blessing position even. She's like in an austere position. She's sitting, eating only khichdi. And Lakshmi is also doing tapasya to be Radha Dasi. So we need to have a positive understanding about it. And so that will help us in progressing, I believe. Not I believe, this is what I heard. Yes. I hope I tried to clarify your point, Doctor.
Yes, Mataji.
Because
Thank you
always-
so much for the clarification. Yes, Mataji.